Growing up, I was always a slow writer. I didn't know what I was doing wrong, but whenever I was given a paragraph or an essay, for the life of me, I couldn't get it done in a timely manner. I always made sure to carefully assign my words because I wanted to seem smarter than I actually was at the time, and I still do that even now with schoolwork. In middle school specifically, I recall having to write a full-on essay, one really long assignment, something about science or history, and I spent days on it to the point where my teacher got really mad at me for not turning it in on time, questioning why I didn't have the time to finish it, when really I was just trying way too hard to perfect that essay. In the end, I ended up in detention of all places, and it's one of the biggest regrets I have for any kind of story in my life. And I made sure to never make that same mistake, and also made sure to never interact with that teacher again. But I'm here to shed a different light. In this video, you come expecting to write faster for more success. The reason why I wrote so much in so little time was because I wanted to make that essay good. But the truth about writing and how we're supposed to get it out is not only to write in a successful manner, but to do it in a timely manner as well. And I'm here to showcase how to do that better as you're writing your own story or crafting some sort of writing piece the more you follow my videos. Step number 1, understand the point of words and sentences. To get better and be faster at writing, you need to know the importance of your words and sentences. They are the sprinkles that come together, whether it's in a book or not. In the case of newsletters or articles, your words tell the story that's required. Understanding how that works, especially in freelance writing, is a great successful point in just knowing what you want to get across. From point A to point B, knowing your words in your sentence allows you to see what you can do. Sometimes the best writers, like myself included, have to limit our own words and to make something much more simple to get the point across. You don't want to say, my dog jumped insanely high, or say it in some pretentious, stupid way. The truth about your writing should be getting down to the bare essentials. Breaking it down into pieces in which the words can shine on its own is great. This is especially the case when writing dialogue, and how your words matter in looking at the phrases your characters say, instead of trying to shoot it out and say so much that confuse the audience rather than engage them. I was rereading my first ever book, and while I still say it's an amazing read, and if you want to check it out, it's still there in the top link of the description, I do think many of the points I give about that book is so flawed, especially with how much words I shove into it. And the importance of those words is that they shouldn't take up space. They should give space for the audience to see what they can do better and secure some sort of spot in your writing. Following that point is, again, the core details. This is more of an expansion on the first one, but it's a lot more intentional. The core details of your writing is the best way to get any point across. You want to keep it super simple. The way this affects your writing and how you can make it faster is breaking it down to the 3-sentence rule. Each paragraph should at least be 3 sentences. You know how schools always say 3 to 5 sentences? Sometimes they give that space because there'll be so much words that take way too much damn time. So instead, we should focus our mindset on getting down to the bare essentials. 3 is the perfect number for this, as you have a beginning, middle, and end. And following that system, you can have everything needed to plan and point this whole story or idea you're getting across. The way we should be writing in this core details is to simply focus on the intention of your work, focus on what should be told, and focus on everything that's needed to be broken down. How do you change that then? How do you continuously come back and add to those core details? I made sure to make my writing as bare as it could be in my most recent book, but I did that to write faster by step number 3, changing the environment. Eliminating your distractions is one of the best ways to write faster. It's just a natural progression. We're humans. We're supposed to live like humans, and if we want to work to be better writers, we need to live in some sort of space that has it. You don't want to write in the same place you sleep or eat. Instead, you should write and work where you should work. You don't want to work in a place like your house or some sort of like place that would get you distracted. There's a reason why people go to the gym all the time, because it's a great way to relieve stress, but it also is a separation from home, from all the negative scrolling that you'd possibly be doing. And knowing those important details allows your work to shine much more. Knowing where you work is the best thing you can change as well. Yes, your book may not be as good as it is now. You can definitely change the environment for the better if you want a situation that you could thrive off of and to share out with the world. Knowing how your environment is set up and how everything is changed, from the plans you set up to the books you have here, there's something with your setup that will help you focus on your writing. And by focusing more on your writing, naturally you will write faster. It's an easy step-by-step process, but it's something you need to execute. And I can guide you as much as I can, but it's really just getting back to that work and following with your environment is the best way to get this point across. But as I said, there's 7 different types of tips to help you with. And number 4, following with that, is avoiding writer's drought. Writer's drought or writer's block is the simple idea of not having enough time or space to creatively write something. It goes back to the first 3 points in how a lot of what we write and say goes into how we do everything we do. The reason why writer's drought happen is because it's a period where everything just stops. I don't call it writer's block or just burnout because that's not the way I view it. A writer's drought is like the lack of water. The lack of water is making you unable to work. And all you need to do is just have a natural flow until something works out. If you picture water, water is a lot like time. The more time that passes, the more it just freely roams. There's this song called Once in a Lifetime by Talking Heads that really put this idea of water and time together. How does time work into flowing together words and phrases? The key to words and phrases when it comes to wanting to write faster is to be able to naturally time manage and be able to strongly hold what you can do in your space. Avoiding writer's drought is the best way you can get any point you want across, no matter what situation it is. All you need to do is have that consistent flow in time. And there's many ways to go about it. Starting small, starting big, whatever works for your context, that's what you need to go ahead and do. Have the water flow, and then you'll never be in a drought for a good while. That's for certain. The 5th tip between writing and how you can do it faster is to do more writing. This sounds so specific, I know, but the key to writing much more is to focus on writing in between periods. The way we can write in between periods is that there are so much time in the world. Going back to that time analogy, 24 hours should be enough time to work on some writing piece. If you want to write faster, whether it's schoolwork, freelance writing, online writing, or writing a book, you can do all those 4 details just by focusing on those periods. You can have phone breaks and different types of breaks, but use that time to write. Obviously, taking the information I said before and change your will to balance with that situation, but use your writing capabilities to write so much more than you can imagine. If we're being honest, you're at the lowest point of your writing period now. You could do infinitely better. But the reason why you aren't doing as good is because you're not taking in the free chances. You're not taking in the opportunities that life continues to give you in order to tell your story or to tell some sort of writing piece for school or work. It all depends on how well you do it. And changing this belief that you have the time, that water will continue to flow, and that you'll have everything you need to get what you need to get done with writing, you will instantly start writing faster. There isn't a secret key to writing faster that you'll just mumble it all or keep it super simple to the point where it's not fun. It's naturally gravitating towards that speed that you generously get faster. A lot of writers I see online don't tell this advice, but the truth and how I became successful with my own writing is that it involves all these little periods. It involves getting ahead of 99% of other people. You're a writer from this video and you're expected to be a better writer, and I'm here to teach you how to be that better writer. You're not here to teach other people how to be better writers or how to do that. I'm here to teach you, and the importance of you in this video is to share what you can do in between periods. Take in those opportunities and use it to a golden experience. The more opportunities you have to write, the more fulfilled your work will inevitably be. If you break it down into chunks, that'd be the best way to do it. But for now, understand the way you should write so that you don't have to experience a drought and have those periods where it's just naturally water is flowing. Water comes and goes like time itself. It's the The sixth tip that you need to understand about writing faster is to limit your numbers. Your numbers are one of the best ways to know where you're going, and having that water flowing is one of the best advices I can give. But the truth about your writing is that you focus on the numbers way too damn much. You have so much time and energy, but you need to know what you want to do with your writing. As I said at the start with words and phrases, they shape the story's progression. They don't tell how the story is supposed to be. And that's the same case for page numbers, word counts. It's all this mumbo jumbo about numbers that doesn't matter in any sort of context, when really you should just be focusing on the work. The more you're in this deep flow state, the more you'll naturally write faster. And this is what I keep on advising to all the people who in my life who want to be great writers. They need to know what it is they need to get done, and by writing at a speed where you feel so much more flown, you need to limit the numbers, break it down so that you can have chunks and periods. This works in both ways of focusing on the numbers and ignoring the numbers. You should definitely focus on word count and page count, obviously, but you should also focus on what you're saying specifically. You have what it takes, and you should have some sort of experience writing before. How to write faster is just expanding on that so you could be more successful in the future. The seventh and final step about writing is making writing your priority. The way you should write faster is naturally gravitating towards writing. And all the points I listed before are some of the best ways to get started. But there's one key difference between the good writers and the legendary writers. The amazing, fantastic writers in the world, some of the biggest game changers of all time, and rich, successful entrepreneurs. They're the ones who are going far and beyond, making writing the #1 priority. Writing is an art form. It's also a business, and it's also some sort of creativity block and gain. Knowing what you want to do with your writing is one of the best advices you could see from any creator. I doubt there's much people in your own life that's giving you the time and space to write. And that's what I'm here for. I'm here to teach you how to get better at writing so that you could be a much more successful writer. The point of writing is by making it your mission. It's your mission. It's your drive. The reason why you need to write in the first place is to say some sort of words that you can't physically say online. And while I do that with these videos, I let the art form speak for itself and let the pool that comes with this business so much more interesting. I allow it to breathe because it is my mission to write more and to tell some sort of story for any and all kinds of people, specifically young men like myself. We need to change the way writing is, and with how vast and wonderful this experience is now, it's only a matter of time that this will all add up and writing will still be the meta. It will still be important to how we see the world and how we can experience things so that we can take breaks from social media, AI, some sort of experience like that. And side point actually, AI is one of the easiest ways to write more successfully. AI is one of the easiest ways to write faster, but I never ever advise AI because yes, it gives you ideas and how it is, but honestly, you're pathetic if you use AI to write. It's a lot like being an artist and using AI to create something. While good for the ideas, I genuinely think if you're using it to tell your stories, you're making it bland and weak. You're absolutely disgraceful. And that's why I advise with these videos to physically write. Your brain might say, oh, people don't do this anytime. No, of course they do. They do this all the time. People work and strive for some sort of writing. You think Stephen King wrote the entirety of all his novels with the use of AI? No. And sure, you may not be a Stephen King or a J. Tolkien or some famous author like that. What you can instead do is drive your attention home in what you're creating and crafting, whether it is for schoolwork, online work, or books. You can use any of those metrics to tell some sort of idea so that you don't take up all this time. By focusing on writing as your mission and understanding the point of breaking every detail down, you will be so much further than 90% of this writing game. After all, everything is a game and writing is no exception. So getting ahead and being the best of this craft is one of the best advices I can give. But that involves so much time and effort, and I feel I'm taking up much of your time already. So I'm here to tell you to simply write. Create something that you're passionate about, monetize it to some degree, and to make something much more efficient. The more efficient you have it, naturally you'll write faster, and you'll be much more effective in what you want to say and do. If you want to see me and talk about your book or whatever kind of writing advice, you can. Check me on my socials down below so that we could talk one-to-one and I could help you with anything you need. If you want to get better at communication skills, my second channel is down there too. And if you want any sort of advice from me, click the link of this video right over one of these top links above. And until next time, keep on writing and take care.